Hi mates, today we have some black metal from Australia. Oh no, my Australian accent is not really that good, so let's not go with that way. Now we all know that the Australian scene is filled with wonderful bands, more or less from different genres and whatnot. But black metal is one of the better ones in the world, I guess. Even though not that many bands in essence. However, there's some weird ass bands as well, and one of them is actually the band of today, which we have here for review, called Norse. Now, let that sink in for a bit. A band called Norse from Australia. First of all, everything that is related to word Norse is more or less related to Norwegian stuff, Norse mythology, and all that stuff. Why on earth some band from Australia decided to go with band name Norse is unknowns to me, but hey, who I am the judge. Whatever rocks your boat. So the album we have today in review is actually a little bit older. Came with quite a delay here in my home office. This one's called The Divine Light of a New Sun. It's the third album. Nice looking digibook released by Transcending Absurdity from India, which is kind of a specialized in bands from India, Australia, Oceania in general, and all that stuff. This is a nice looking kind of a hardcover digipack, so not your average cardboard thing. Well, cardboard in essence, but you know what I mean, I guess. Not such papery things. However, there were a little bit foldy ones here. I don't know if there was some water damage or whatever, but well, whatever. Nice looking. Anyway, if this one is a bit foldy one. So, not much to show. There is no booklet whatsoever. Very plain and simple in essence regarding information. Here is all that you basically get to read from this particular thing. So as you can see, two-man band released in 2017, recorded in 2015, 2016. And unfortunately, this is not a very good one. Well, let's put it this way. I've tried to put it as nicely as possible. This is one of those bands which is targeted at very, very, very acquired taste. Very marginal, very special taste, shall we say. Now, what's Norse music then, with this particular album all about? It's, like they say themselves, it's very dissonant, it's quite chaotic, it's kind of avant-garde-ish. This is not the word they are probably using themselves, but this has been compared to French black metal band Blood aus Nord, which is very, very avant-garde-ish, very weirdo, chaotic, kind of a modern, and going all directions at once. And both in good and bad ways, Norse is doing a little bit the same. There are also some kind of industrial vibe. It's not such that this is used with machines. It's not like this is Rammstein's black metal version or anything like that. But it's kind of like a very inhumane, inhuman, very kind of a noisy. The guitar riffs are weird. It's like some person said on their Bandcamp page. It kind of has those chugging riffs, which is, well, I wouldn't agree with this, but a little bit disagree in that. It's that there was comparison to kind of nu metalist stuff. I wouldn't go that far, but definitely I would say there are some post metalish stuff and also some kind of a gent stuff. But this is not no mess hooga either. In fact, this is a kind of a album which has parts of black metal, parts of death metal, but it doesn't sound like death black album, if you get what I mean. It's not like this is one of those hybrids, say like Blasphemy, which definitely has strong elements from both of these sub-genres, but this is more like a weird kind of a kid in the corner singing and sulking alone, which is appealing to some, but not most. People might be going crazy like, oh, how can you listen to music such as that? Because it's kind of a raw, it's kind of unpolished, it's very chaotic, it's dark, it's oppressive, but for riff-oriented people, it's not exactly a good album. Now, I kind of like the atmosphere the band is creating, this kind of odd, inhuman, all weird kind of a thing, but riff-wise, sound-wise, vocals-wise, I just cannot enjoy this. Basically not at all, or very little. The thing here is, these riffs are going different places. They are more often weird than just easy to listen or very typical black metalish or death metalish. While those elements are there, this is like a antithesis to, say, Dark Throne's very riff-driven black metal. So this is definitely not some first or second wave thing. This is kind of a modern third wave dissonant thing. Lots of layers, different instruments going this and that, and all this is creating this massive ball of, well, dissonant and chaotic feeling, which then again is very, very appealing to many out there. I mean, the third wave of black metal with these dissonant layers is kind of a trendy thing nowadays, it seems, and many people are liking because it's so different and weird, but it's not for everybody. I mean, if you grew up with, say, Venom, Bathory, or Dark Throne, Mayhem, whatever, probably this is not suited for you. I'm not saying it couldn't be, but it's just not likely, in a sense. And also what I'm having problems with is that while these vocals are doing a lot of different things, they are kind of a whispering, and then they're like screaming, and then they're like some kind of scrolly stuff, you know. It gets a little bit annoying, and they're not mixed that well. It's just like they're all too much in the background. And to be honest, I'm not enjoying that too much. There's some level of rawness which can be, you know, enjoyed just because it's raw and inhuman, but it's not like it's very skilled or very well performed. Well, that's just my opinion, obviously. And when it comes to the actual production, in terms of guitar drum sounds, to be honest, this could be a lot better. But maybe it's kind of intentional that everything is just kind of kept up like being this, well, once again, I'm repeating here myself, but this kind of a dissonant feeling that it's not like the instruments are supposed to sound clear. And I don't mean like, you know, soft or overproduced, but I mean just, you know, like strong. Now they're sounding kind of like weak mass of, you know, squirming maggots or whatever. So in that term, if the effect was meant to be like, this is kind of on-music, anti-music or whatever, well, success. But in the terms of creating a riff-driven Black Death hybrid with modern touch and all that stuff, not so much. So once again, this is a tough cookie to break, because for some people it seems this is just marvelous design and great music. For me, not so much. I don't hate this album, but to be honest, I don't see myself coming back to this. Not in a month, not in 10 years. I'm not just a big fan of this level of dissonance. So, with this information, with these ideas and words and whatever, drop your hating, drop your love, drop your, oh, you're just talking nonsense, Jerry, comments in the comment box below, and see you soon. And, well, in case you got interested in the music, check out this band's album right there on Bandcamp. And see ya until next time.